And here we have it. Just after losing against Celta Vigo, we've got Manchester City coming up. Real Madrid versus Manchester City. Champions League, game week 6. In a very crucial, important, vital, is there any other words, fam? Massive game for Real Madrid. So much things is riding with this game. So much storylines. So many talking points which we will address today. We'll talk about the game. We'll give a preview about the game. And we'll try to predict, as I usually do with all the big games for Real Madrid, we'll try to predict the lineup for both teams. Before we go any further and before we suffer, once again, make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you comment your own thoughts. You let me know what you think about the game. You let me know how you think the game will be played out. And you let me know what your predictions are, because by the end of this video, I will be giving you my predictions. It can be a spoiler, as... No spoilers. Or it could be a complete bad predictions. First of all, both teams are coming into this game with up and down, you can say. Man City, the last 4 games, they lost against Newcastle, which they got dominating, and they should have lost more. Leverkusen, which Pep rested his starting 11 in a Champions League game week 5, which made no sense because he hadn't promoted, he hadn't qualified to the round of 16. Bad move by Pep. They lost to Leverkusen at home. Won against Leeds with a last-minute winner by Phil Foden when they were up by 2-0. Leeds came back to 2-2 before Phil Foden at the 92nd minute scored the 3rd goal. And then Leeds, they were up by 5-1 and let their lead just slip away. And it could have been 5-5 if it wasn't for Guardiola saving them with a on the lines clearance. And then very comfortable win against Sunderland. Then you've got Real Madrid, and you look at this form, and you're not convinced. You're not happy. I mean, by the way, the form goes even worse than that. The form starts from here. Valencia. Okay. Valencia we beat in November. We start from November. Valencia we beat, who was 19th in the league. I mean, you expected to beat Valencia, who's just very, very bad. Liverpool, disgusting how we lost to Onslaught and how we lost to Liverpool, who's given out 3 points to every single team. Rayo Vallecano, disappointing. Elche, disappointing. Olympiacos, we played against Olympiacos, who literally gave us so much space. Girona, disappointing. Bilbao, just bad. And Celta Vigo, one of them, the most disgraceful, the most embarrassing defeats of Real Madrid in recent years. And that takes us to today. Real Madrid versus Manchester City. At the moment, both teams are in a similar-ish position. Real Madrid on 12 points, Man City on 10 points. A win for either club will put them in a good position for them to qualify in straight away directly to the round of 16, because if you get 2 more wins, you're pretty much good. You're pretty much set to finish top 8. Before we talk about the biggest takeaways and the biggest talking points and the biggest storylines about this game, let's first talk about the lineups. Let's talk about the lineups for both teams and what I expect and I think is going to happen. Let's start with, first of all, Manchester City, who we all know who the goalkeeper is going to be. It's going to be Donnarumma, who's been very good, to be fair, this season. I've been very, very impressed by Donnarumma this season. On the right-hand side, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Nunes, who's been playing as a right-back throughout the season, and he's done a very good job as right-back throughout the season. 2 centre-back, Ruben Dias at the first position, and I'm pretty sure Guardiola is going to be the other position. And then as a left-back, I do expect Nico O'Reilly to be as a left-back. This is how I expect Man City to defend. Let me just make this a little bit smaller so you guys can see. This is how I expect Man City to line up defensively. Then it's the midfield because Pep, you know what Pep's gonna do. Pep always likes to complicate, overthink, and like to make unpredictable things happen, especially in a Champions League game, especially before a big game. I think the first person who is expected to start, I do think Nico Gonzalez will be starting. I don't think Ryan Cherky will play. This is just I think it will be Foden here, Bernardo here. This is again what the way I think it's gonna happen. I think Reichen, how do you spell Reichendis? Reichendis here, and then Doku here, and then up front it's gonna be Haaland. I don't think Pep is going to play Ryan Cherky because if he does play Ryan Cherky, that means it's going to be no Reichenders, which means it's going to be like this. But I do think that's way too attacking. And Pep knows he's going away to Real Madrid. Real Madrid are not the greatest defensively, but we're still scoring goals, whereas Man City hasn't been the greatest defensively over the past pretty much month or 2 months or so. So I'm pretty much he wants to have more security. He wants to have more midfielding that can drop deep. So I do expect it to be a like this. I do think it's going to be when they have the ball, it's going to be like this. But when they are defending, it's going to be probably like this. Probably like this when they defend. But this is how I expect Man City to line up. Before we talk about matchups, let's talk about Real Madrid's 11. Real Madrid, I think the lineup is pretty much expected, except, of course, for the two massive injuries that we have in Trent Alexander-Arnold and Eder Militao, who's just been injured yesterday and who's been confirmed, not confirmed necessarily by Real Madrid, but most reports and most rumors has come out and said that he's going to be out for 2 to 3 months. Right back, last game, Raul started as a right back, which was a bad mistake against Celta Vigo. I don't know why he played as a right back. I think it's going to be Fede Valverde playing as a right back. The two centre back, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Raul and Rudiger. And then left back is going to be Carreras. That's how I expect Real Madrid to line up defensively. Then we've got the midfield. I don't think we're going to play with this formation. We're going to play with Chemeni and Camavinga as the two pivots. So let's just do that straight away. It's going to be like this. Jude Bellingham, yes, he had that nasty injury with his eye, but that's no way Jude will take a day off or Jude will get rested before this game. Vinny is going to, of course, play, no surprise, and Mbappe is going to play, no surprise. And the last position is good. Everyone, like, it should be Arda, and I would have Arda Güler. Arda must start. Arda has to start. But a part of me don't think it's going to be Arda. I don't think Arda will start tomorrow. I think what Xabi Alonso is going to do, because he understands the threat, which is Jeremy Doku, so I reckon he would want someone that can drop deep, someone that can cover at all cost. A part of me think is going to be either, I don't think Franco is fit, but if Franco is fit, then it will be Franco. It'll be Franco because Franco, we all know off the ball, he's very great. Off the ball, he presses, he runs, he tracks back, he chases. He does a lot off the ball for Real Madrid. And I think it's very important to have that profile, especially against a Man City side where Jeremy Doku is very, very, very dangerous. And we need to close him down. We need to make it difficult. It's either going to be Franco or the last person is going to be Brahim Diaz. So it's either going to be Brahim, but I think it might be Franco. I do think if Franco is healthy and if Franco is ready, I think Franco, because he was on the bench last game against Celta Vigo. So I think if Franco is healthy, then Franco will play. But this is how I expect us to line up with this team, with this 11, and with this formation. I think it's going to be a 4-2-2-2, whereas Man City, I do expect them to play with this 11. Everyone thinks Ryan Cherky is going to play, but I don't think he will. I do think Pep will make it a bit more I think he'll be very secure, and I think he'll be very careful defensively. Hence the reason why he would rather sacrifice a forward with another midfielder in right-handers. Let's talk about matchups before we talk about the biggest talking points about the game. The biggest matchup for me is, of course, Jeremy Doku against Fede Valverde. I think that is a massive, massive lineup. Hence the reason why I do think a Franco Messatuna will be playing just to provide a bit more support, cover to help Fede, because Jeremy Doku has been one of the, I think for me, one of the most improved players and one of the best players on the left-hand side this season. I think he's having a very, very great season for Man City, and due to Man City's success, it comes down to Jeremy Doku. Another person who's doing very, very well recently is Phil Foden. Phil Foden is now reminding everyone that he's back to the player that he was 2 to 3 years ago. Whereas last season was a massive, massive off season, was a massive disappointing season, but he's getting back to that form that we all know Phil Foden is capable of doing. Hence the reason why I do think he will play. He will start 100%. But the question is, where will he start? Is he going to start on the right-hand side, or is it going to be like this, where he's going to be more centrally? Because Phil Foden, centrally, is a very, very dangerous player. Hence the reason why we need to make it difficult for him. The likes of Camavinga, the likes of Tchouaméni needs to be honored, because we can't allow him to have that little space, because if we do give him the space, he will use his left foot, and his left foot is very dangerous. He can find a shot from outside the box, and it'll go top corner. He's done it throughout his whole career. Last couple of games against Real Madrid, if you guys remember a couple of years ago, he can find a shot from outside the box with ease. That's why we need to make it difficult, and we need to close him down. Another person who I think, of course, no surprise, is Mr. Erling Haaland, who we are going to use a Raul and a Rudiger against him. We did that. We did that with a couple of years ago, if you guys remember, against where the game went to penalties. The last game at the new camp, at Etihad, where it was Raul and Rudiger against Haaland. I'm pretty sure it was both of them against. I mean, let's go to head-to-head. I'm pretty sure both of them, it was Rudiger and Raul last game. Let's have a look. It was Tchouaméni. Sorry, it was Tchouaméni and Raul. So Raul already has faced Haaland, so he knows how to defend against Haaland. But last season Haaland is very different to this season Haaland. Whereas this season, I think he's improved massively. I think last season was not a bad season or off season. It was just a bit of a quiet season, even though he scored a lot of goals. This season, I think he's much more committed, much more hungry, and I think his build-up, his all-rounded game is much better. This season, we've seen Haaland drop deep and actually link up with players in a very, very effective way. Like, it's not just once every 2-3 games. It's literally every game where he's dropping deep, and he's been much more comfortable on the ball. Hence the reason why we can't allow Haaland, because this season, we have got a habit. We've got a habit this season of sleeping. We've got a habit of this season not tracking players. And we've got a habit this season not closing down players. Go check Real Madrid goals conceded over the past 5-6 games. Most goals are midfielding, that the midfielder opponent basically making runs inside the box, and our players are not tracking them. Our players are not being aware. Our players are not even positionally being understanding of the situation, and not closing them down or not making it difficult. Whereas we're just sleeping, we're just ball watching, and we can't do that against Man City, because if we do it against Man City, Haaland's going to score 2 to 3 goals. Phil Foden's going to score a couple of goals. Jeremy Doku, Reijnders, by the way, I'm pretty sure he will start. Reijnders is known to making late runs, similar to Gundogan back in the day. He's made to known late runs inside the box, so we can't allow to basically sleep, to ball watch, especially when they have a Phil Foden and a Reijnders and a Haaland who's very, very smart. You've got 3 intelligent players, and we can't afford to give them any sort of space. The matchup towards Man City is, of course, Kylian Mbappe, who's going to be going up against Ruben Dias and Guardiola. They've improved compared to last season, but it's not to that amazing level. Another person is Vinny against Nunes. Nunes is not a right back. Yes, he's having a great season for his standards, especially playing as a right back, new position, but he is not a right back. So we must make it difficult for him. We must attack him. We must expose him. And the midfield, again, they've got a similar issue to us. Go check the game against Fulham. One thing about Man City is the late runs. Again, they don't track them. They ball watch. And secondly, the second balls, they're not aware. They're not quick. They're not quick for the second balls. The game against Fulham, 3 The second goal, the third goal, the fourth goal are very identical goals where the cross was made, the header was won, but no one was tracking, no one was just trying to win the second ball. The ball gets outside the box, and literally three identical goals where the players were sleeping, and Fulham scored three similar goals. We need to do the same, where we need to be very reactive for the second ball. If the cross is made inside the box, we need to be understanding like, yo, where's the ball going? Boom, have numbers out there. We can't have 3-4 players in one area, fam. We can't. Like, we keep one of our biggest issue this season is some of our players, they go into crowded areas. They love to go to the same pockets, same spaces. Why? Why are you guys all going to the same area? How about you try to go to different areas? Off the ball movement, Ak. Off the ball movement is better than anything else. It's better than anything else, bro. So this is why we need to be careful in going, because I keep seeing us 1, 2, 3 go on the left-hand side. What about the right-hand side? What about the middle? What about the middle? So we need to do our scouting report against Man City, because Man City this season have struggled, especially when they have a striker inside the box, someone that's in there at all costs. Whenever that ball, second ball's there, we need to be on that straight away. We need to have people inside the box. So when the cross is made, someone needs to be in there. Someone needs to be just outside the box, waiting for that moment to come. This is the matchups. And of course, I think another matchup is just the midfield, the Tchouaméni Camavinga against someone like Nico Gonzalez, who I think will be playing by himself. But if it's like this, then Bernardo Silva, big 2005, put it in the bag. Let's talk about now the biggest talking point. The biggest talking point for this game is, of course, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Xabi Alonso. The biggest talking point is Mr. Xabi Alonso. He is in a very, very difficult place right now. He's in a very, very tough space, and it's something which you can say is down to the players, but it's down to him as well. He hasn't helped himself with the lineups. He hasn't helped himself with the in-game management. He hasn't helped himself just with everything. Like, all the promises that he made start of the season, none of them has come true. He's basically lied to the whole fan base, and we haven't improved. We've actually regressed a lot compared to how we started the season till now. We are going downhill and downhill and downhill after each game. Gradually, we're becoming worse and worse and worse. Now, we're not great. We are in a bad place right now, and the form that we are at right now is disgusting, is disgraceful, and it comes down to him as well, as a manager, as a coach, to understand, to put his players in a position to be successful. We haven't done that at all. And it comes down to his selections, to his lineup, to his tactics, and everything else. This game, I do personally think if he doesn't win this game, there's going to be a lot of pressure on him, and I don't see him lasting in the next coming games. This game is a statement win, not just for Real Madrid, but for Xabi Alonso. This is now another big game. You've been disappointing in most games. Most of the big games, you've been very, very disappointing. This is another big game where you can show against a Man City side who's coming into this game with a lot of momentum, 2 points behind Arsenal. They're getting confident. This is a game where now you can actually do what you have to do and get a statement dominant win. We did it last season. Last season, Man City was bad, but we were bad last season as well. But we still managed to beat them 3-0 with Mbappe scoring 3 goals. This is now another moment where you can actually have a statement win. It depends the lineup you put forward. It better be the right 11, but it depends on just the overall instruction. And secondly, it comes down to the players. Because I feel like some players are, especially the last couple of games, bro, I'm seeing people walking. I'm seeing no intensity. And that's not down to the manager. That's down to you as a player to understand. You have to work hard. You have to have... Where's the hunger? Where's the hunger at? Where's the hunger, fam? Why am I seeing players walking around? Why am I seeing players just passing from one side to another? Yes, it comes down to the manager, but at the same time, it comes down to you as a player. Have some shame. Have some pride, Act. What the hell am I seeing over the past couple of games? I'm seeing players with egos, fam, full of divas, bro. Full of divas. Thinking about themselves. So I better see a much more committed performance from all of you guys today. I don't want no laziness. I don't want no walking around. I need to see a committed performance, bro. A committed performance. Because honestly speaking, the last 5, 6 games has been disgraceful from a Real Madrid standard, fam. Disgraceful. Absolutely pathetic. It comes down to you guys, and it comes down to you. So if things don't change, if things are still the same after this game against Man City, and if we lose against Man City, then we are having a conversation. And that conversation, trust me, Xabi Alonso, is me saying, you know what? It might be time. It might be time. It might be time. Prove me, and show me that you're not a Lopetegui, that you're not a Rafa Benitez. This is your moment. This is your moment. And again, I'm not going to get clouded, by the way. I'm not going to get clouded like some people are. I'm not going to, like, even if we win against Man City, I'm not going to let that win, deceive me and say, you know what? We're back. Hell no. Hell no. This is just one step. This is just one step of where I want to be. This is one game. Alaves next weekend is one game. The rest of the games this month is one game. Then we've got a January we've got a very, very packed month. A very, very packed January with so many games and so many crucial matchups. So when I see you picking up, or when I see this team getting better, this is when I can start believing. At the moment, I've got no belief in you, and I've got no belief in the team. You've stopped me from believing. And it's not just me, it's most of you guys as well. This isn't the Real Madrid that you said we were going to see. Start of the season, you said, I'm going to make every Real Madrid fan believe, understand, and have hope, and basically say to themselves, this is my Real Madrid. There's not been a single moment this season where I've said, this is my Real Madrid. So this is now your final moment. And hear what I just said. Your final moment to finally, and I repeat, finally, put yourself in a good place. But my prediction, and if you want me to be real, and if you want me to be honest, we're not winning this game. This game right here, where is it? We're not winning this game, bro. We're not winning this game. Wait. Let me see the lineup. They've predict a lineup. Man said no Jude. What a foot mob. Hey, foot mob, wallah, foot mob. The same way, Rodrigo, bags, fries, ketchup as well. I want more ketchup. You guys as well. You guys, foot mob. Wallah al-azim. You know the downfall of you guys. It's crazy. You actually think Frank Garcia started? Get the hell out, man. Man said prediction. Get the hell out, bro. But this is my predicted lineups, and of course the massive game between Real Madrid and Manchester City, which will decide a lot in the table as well. Put down in the comment section what you guys are predicting, what you guys are thinking, what you guys are leaning towards. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course I will be here to do a watch along. I'll be here an hour early, fam. I'm here an hour early, fam. 7 p.m. I'm here on Wednesday. Because I want to talk about a lot. I want to see what the lineup is. Because I know Xabi Alonso is going to let me down. So 7 p.m. on Wednesday, we will be here.